Well, I don't know if this video gonna be funny, but I think it is funny. All right, we got Mike Zimmer. The exact moment Kevin Durant exposes he's a liar.
Shortly after he was traded to the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant made headlines when he said, "I don't care about legacy. I used to want to carve out a lane or space in this game for myself that people can remember, but it's become too much of a thing now." However, when KD was recently asked about why he was considered among the greatest players of all time, Durant let his true emotion show. "Because I went to the Warriors," he said. "Why shouldn't I be in that? That's the question you should ask. Why not? What haven't I done?" The greatest player of all time discussion is, of course, a legacy discussion. Kevin Durant, of course, cares about his place in the history of the game. The question is, why would he lie in the first place? Well, if we check the timestamps, KD made it clear that his legacy did not matter after Steph Curry won his 4th championship and after Steph Curry was hyped by the media as both the second best point guard to ever live and the second best player of this generation behind LeBron. Let's roll back Kevin Durant's first statement.
They really argue who's the best point guard, Steph or Magic. First team All NBA, top 3 for MVP finishes, MVP, finals appearance, title.
Generation behind LeBron. Let's roll back Kevin Durant's first statement. He used to care. He used to want to carve out a lane, but it's become too much of a thing. So today, we are going to be fair. We are going to look into Kevin Durant's claim that the media has fooled us and that he has done enough in his career to be considered a GOAT candidate or, at the very least, a player that should be considered in the top 10. So what's up, guys? Mike here, and Kevin Durant himself has made it very clear he does not trust the media.
I just don't trust none of y'all. Every time I say something, it's get twisted up and thrown out in so many different publications.
I can see why Kevin Durant does not trust the media. They have not exactly been the nicest to him since he left for the Warriors. However, to pretend like he doesn't care about his legacy, this is a celebrity, multi-millionaire super athlete who ran Twitter burner accounts defending himself in secret for years.
That's right, he did have a burner. He even said it.
Burner accounts defending himself in secret for years. It's tough to believe that Kevin Durant does not care about what people think about him. It was also reported that after Durant made the decision to join the Warriors, after he saw the public outcry / hate for joining the team that just beat him directly in the Western Conference Finals, Durant was so upset that he refused to leave his hotel room bed and screamed at his agent, "Why the f did you let me do this?" Again,
that's true
for me to think that this man does not care about what people
That's true.
think, so let me do
I heard this story before, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Hotel room bed
In China, Carmen said that Panic Durant, he called her early before his height. It was 6 a.m. He called me and said, "Why, yo, are you out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Why'd you let me do this?"
Why the f did you let me do this? Again, tough for me to think that this man does not care about what people think. So we are going to be fair. We are going to be stat-based. We are just going by the facts. Does Kevin Durant belong in the actual GOAT race, or has the media misshapen this narrative? And the thing is, during his time with the Oklahoma City Thunder, KD did prove to be one of the best young players to ever live. During the beginning of KD's career, Michael Jordan was even asked who the GOAT was, and Jordan said to pay special attention to Durant. And then Durant made Mike proud. As from 2010 to 2014, KD became one of just 4 players in the post-merger era to make All-NBA first team every season in years 3 through 7 of his career. That means already in his 3rd season, Kevin Durant was considered a top 5 player in the league, and he also won the 2014 MVP, becoming one of just 14 players in the post-merger era to win an MVP in year 7 or before. But guys, before we continue, I am very KD,
you're gonna miss.
No, Michael, let me talk about FanDuel. I know you bet FanDuel.
Did this with extreme efficiency while his teammate Russell Westbrook, the point guard of the team, would prove to not be an ideal fit. Both were star talents, of course.
What you mean?
Of course, Russell Westbrook was an MVP in this league. However, Russ was always a score-first player, and Kevin Durant obviously did not need that. As from 2010 to 2014,
so is it Curry a score first or shoot first player?
KD averaged 19.6 attempts per game, 49% from the floor, and 38% from 3. Russ, during that time, shot 17.5 times a game, made 44% of his shots, and just 31% of his threes. At this point in time, the media was on KD's side. Every time Russell Westbrook Westbrook missed a shot in the clutch, the media was right there to remind us he should have passed to Durant. So a young KD was a GOAT candidate, yes. However, he wasn't top of the line. Looking at this list of the 14 MVPs I mentioned before, we find guys like LeBron, Steph, and Jokic who are all currently outperforming KD in terms
you're
of
throwing at the heart symbol.
They also were outperforming him after those 7 years. So immediately we do find holes in the GOAT discussion, and unfortunately, it is quite clear that Kevin Durant's foot injury in 2015 would change his career path forever. The 2012 Thunder would surprise everyone, making the NBA Finals against LeBron James, and then in 2014, the team took a slight step back and lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Spurs. However, it was seen as a certainty at this point in time that the Thunder would eventually win a championship. Russ and KD were both just 26 years old. They both were about to enter their primes. However, after losing to the San Antonio Spurs, Durant would begin to complain about an aching foot, and later it was revealed that KD had a Jones fracture. In the past, athletes have suffered this injury and have never recovered at all. In 2015, Kevin Durant was only able to play 27 games as he rehabbed, and the Thunder went from making the Western Conference Finals to missing the playoffs entirely. His impact and talent level at this point,
and they fired their coach that same season too.
Undeniable. He was on track to be a real GOAT candidate, a top 10 player of all time. Unfortunately though, it does seem like this injury has denied him of this prime, because Kevin Durant would never match his young success again. Since 2014, KD has made 4 second-team All-NBAs and 1 first-team All-NBA, making him still unquestionably one of the greatest players on earth, but no longer the elite of the absolute elite he once was. Durant has also not finished in the top 5 of the MVP voting since 2016.
Damn.
Steph Curry was just
Russ was ahead of him 2016.
MVP voting since 2016. Steph Curry was just 3rd in the MVP voting in 2021.
Steph didn't get the credit that Steph gets today until 2022 when he led this team to a championship and won the Finals MVP. You got to go do what Steph did to get to that conversation.
Going further here, if we look at this from an overall
Yeah, Draymond.
Durant said it was because he went to the Warriors that people are not putting him among the GOATs. But let's put this into perspective. Here is Kevin Durant compared to the true best players of all time post-merger. And I will say our tier 1 GOATs are Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James. Compared to these tier 1 GOATs, it is not even close. Kevin Durant is a 1-time MVP, 2-time champion, and has made 6 first-team All-NBAs, but he does not stack up here. So moving down to tier 2, again, it's not close for Kevin Durant. Larry Bird.
He's not even tier 2? Larry Bird has 3 MVPs, 3 titles, 9 first team. Shaq has 4 titles, 1 MVP, 8 first team All NBAs. Kobe, RP the A1 helicopter, has 5 titles, 1 MVP, 11 All NBA first teams. Timmy D has 5 titles, 2 MVPs, 10 first team All NBAs, and Curry has 4 titles, 2 MVPs, and 4 first team All NBAs. Durant has more first team All NBAs than Curry, and than Curry, but Curry got more titles than MVPs.
O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan.
But Kevin Durant has more finals MVPs than Curry.
Steph Curry. The media may lie at times, hard numbers do not. Kevin Durant would rank last on this list. Nikola Jokic even fits in better currently. At this point,
Jokic has 2 MVPs, a title, finals MVP. How many times he made first team? 2019, 2021, 22, 20. He has 4. 4 first team all. No, he made second team. 2020. No, 2019, 2021. He has 3 first team All NBAs. 3.
Jokic even fits in better currently. At this point, I want to point out I do not want to be disrespectful. Kevin Durant right now is incredible. In his prime, he was absolutely unstoppable, amazing. He is.
Kevin Durant's not in his prime no more?
To ever do.
This is the first time I ever heard that.
Talking about the greatest players to ever live. So right now, if we are ranking Kevin Durant fairly, to me, he fits into tier 3 with Moses Malone, Julius Erving, Hakeem Olajuwon,
Came the dream.
Malone. I really think the numbers speak for themselves here. However, KD's career is not over yet. Kareem in 1987 and 1988 with Magic Johnson solidified his own all-time GOAT status with 2 more championships at the ages of 39 and 40. It's not like Kevin Durant does does not have 2 all-time finals performances to point to. He did win with the Warriors, to be fair, and in the 2 finals he played with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant was finals MVP for both of those seasons and played better on the stat sheet. The 2018 Warriors swept the Cavs, and in this sweep, Durant was slightly better than Steph in terms of stats with 28.8 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists to go along with 2.3 blocks, while Steph had 27.5 points, 6 rebounds, 6.8 assists, and 1.5 steals. They both played around the same amount of minutes. Durant shot way better. Durant was finals MVP, but this one was close. 2017 was not. In 2017, Kevin Durant had one of the greatest finals performances we have seen. As against LeBron James himself, Durant averaged 35.2 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 5.4 assists with 1.6 blocks a game in a 5-game championship victory over the Cavaliers. Numbers that were much better than Steph's and directly comparable to LeBron's in that series. So you can see why Kevin Durant himself would think that he should be in the GOAT race. He has the Shaq mindset of when he was at his absolute best, no one could stop him. So again, I don't want to be disrespectful. This may have just ultimately come down to Kevin Durant's foot injury. Because of course, Shaq's claim of dominance had more than just a 3-season arc. Shaq had a much better overall career in terms of accolades, but also, most importantly, Shaq cemented his legacy in Miami. Let's think about this for a second. If Shaq does not win the 2006 championship against the Dallas Mavericks, Shaquille O'Neal forever would have heard that he did not win a title without Kobe.
And same with Kobe. Same with Kobe. Couldn't before 2009. He said he couldn't win a championship without Shaq.
People would be openly mocking Shaq, maybe not to his face, maybe from afar, but they would be mocking Shaq for being Kobe's sidekick. Shaq, though, proved he is one of
the same with Kobe. People be mocking Kobe being Shaq's sidekick.
Greatest of all time.
Because Shaq don't have Shaq got like 3 finals MVPs.
By cementing his dominance, by going out and winning his own ring. Kevin Durant, you can still do everything here. You can change the narrative. You can change this entire conversation. All you have to do is do the thing that matters the most, of course, for the GOAT conversation. Win a championship on your own. Giannis did it in this era. Jokic did it in this era. Steph Curry did it in this era. The media is not out to get you on this one. At least, in my opinion. I want to know what you think down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you never miss a video in the future. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music.
I agree with Mike. I don't think he's there yet, but he's still playing. It's not over yet. Keep on doing your thing, KD. Keep on doing your thing. Hold up. I'm sure you will.